Odds and probability. I'm sure this past year in math class you learned about odds and probability. There's actually a major difference between the two, which I want to review right now. Alright, here's a scenario. Let's say we have 4 baseball players: Josh Beckett, Daisuke Matsuzaka, Jonathan Papelbon, and Jon Lester. And we take their names and we put them into a hat. Maybe the hat Jon Lester is holding right now. And the question that we first want to answer is, what's the probability of randomly selecting Josh Beckett? Okay? Notice that probability is a fraction, right? And in the numerator, it's the number of favorable outcomes. And in the denominator, it says the total number of outcomes. Let me show you what this looks like. Again, the probability of selecting Josh Beckett would then be, there's one Josh Beckett, that's what we want, over all 4 players. Now notice how Josh Beckett is also in the denominator. So the probability of selecting Josh Beckett would be 1 to 4. So there's a 1 in 4 chance of getting Josh Beckett. Now we need to ask, what are the odds in favor of randomly selecting Josh Beckett? Odds is a little bit different. Okay, notice how the odds in favor is the number of favorable outcomes over the number of unfavorable outcomes. Let me show you what this looks like. So again, the odds in favor would be, well, again, we have one Josh Beckett. But now look at the denominator. Josh Beckett is gone. So the odds in favor of selecting Josh Beckett would be 1 to 3. Remember, the probability of selecting Josh Beckett was 1 to 4. Finally, we need to figure out what the odds against randomly selecting Josh Beckett would be. Okay, this is just the opposite of odds in favor, where it's the number of unfavorable outcomes over the number of favorable outcomes. So this time we're going to have Daisuke, Jon Lester, and Papelbon in the numerator, and Josh Beckett will be in the denominator. So the odds against selecting Josh Beckett would be 3 to 1. So just to review, the probability of selecting Josh Beckett was 1 to 4. The odds in favor of selecting Josh Beckett was 1 to 3. And the odds against selecting Josh Beckett was 3 to 1.